Okay, it's actually quite interesting to go from the exhibition Allora Casadilla to the exhibition dedicated to Carla Filipe. As you know, Carla Filipe is an artist from Portugal, from Porto. This is a major retrospective of her work, and it covers many aspects of what Carla has been unfolding now for many years. As you can see, you will see in the exhibition that her work is very influenced by the police. Not the police like in a repressive way, but the police in the Greek word of polis, the public space, the place where democracy has been invented, if you want, the agora. As you can hear too, our exhibition is full of voices that you can hear, voices of protest, voice of poetry, voice that have been written, and of course at the center of all of that, her own voice. It's quite fascinating to see how much also these voices, when they are graphically translated or when they manifest themselves graphically, have been a deep influence on our work. I think when you walk through the exhibition, you can see through posters, through print, through banners, that she's very interested in this notion of public images, whether it's flyers, political flyers, logos that come also not only from the world of politics, but the world of labor. And the world of labor is also labor in Portugal, the history of labor throughout modern Portugal has been, is a very important aspect of her work, as if she would be herself, I don't want to say a journalist, but an editor of this history. Actually, you have in the exhibition almost like parodies of magazine that tell maybe the untold story of Portugal history. But it's not only that. I think the work has also, for me, a more universal aspect. The title in my own language, I Am Independent, it's about this notion of an independent voice. Or do you create an independent voice? Or do you maintain an independent voice? Or do you write an independent history? And this history, again, could be about labor, could be about feminism, could be about sexuality, could be about politics in general. What also for me is very interesting in her work is that a notion of the voice of the underground. When you look at her work, when you look at her words, it seems that the underground culture, be it the one of flyers, the one of fanzines, the one of artist book, or the one of music, independent music, rock and roll, there is a post-punk quality, aspect, flavor in her work, this post-punk or this punk attitude that kind of refused to take the history, to take the information, to take the power for granted. There is a fantastic piece where she angles so all the elements that can be the stereotype of Portuguese history and Portuguese culture, from the bacalhau to the bread to aliments or material matters coming from flavors, spices coming from the colony, hanging there in suspension in history. And if we, Allora Casadilla, we're talking about this notion of, we're mentioning this notion of talking truth to power. In many ways, Carla Filipe's work, with very different means, is embracing this tradition, a tradition that was also at the center of experimental poetry, concrete poetry, at the center of the work of artists like Raymond Pettibon, Mike Cayley, that are also coming out of this vernacular rock music, punk culture and translated it into art.